Hello everyone and welcome back to W13 Universe. I am your host Chich and you're watching Monday Night Raw. As out comes the boss, the man in charge here on Monday Night Raw, Mr. McMahon, who has promised us a very big announcement following last week's Raw. He has got something very huge to announce just before SummerSlam. And what better way to get that off his chest than to kick off Raw with it. I'm curious what exactly it is that the boss has in mind. The Raw General Manager, Mr. McMahon, obviously he's been up to his neck in this investigation about what happened to the British Bulldog. Perhaps it's a follow-up on that. Good evening and welcome to Monday Night Raw. I'm out here tonight to finally put an end to one of the biggest mysteries in the WWE. I'm here to announce the man who is guilty of injuring the British Bulldog. And that man is none other than The Miz. We know he did it, and last week's attempt at blowing Randy Orton to pieces is justification enough for his punishment. Following SummerSlam, Miz will go without pay for 3 months, effective immediately. Oh boy. Now hold on just a damn second there, Vince. You know as well as I do I had nothing to do with this. Don't make me come in that ring. Miz, your violent tendencies are getting out of hand. Why don't we talk backstage? Or would you prefer if I had security escort you out of the building and strip you of your title shot this Sunday? Alright, Vince. Let's talk. Well, we are back here on Raw following an interesting kickoff between the Miz and the Raw General Manager, Mr. McMahon.
Is for the Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring from Miami, Florida, weighing 260 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion.
This should be a rather fascinating match to kick off Monday Night Raw here tonight. The Rock defending the Intercontinental Championship in a Raw Roulette match. He doesn't know who he's up against. It will be a singles match. One superstar will be chosen at random to be given a shot at the Intercontinental Championship held by the Great One, the current holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase here on Raw. And in my opinion, a very focal point of Monday Night Raw. One of the top suspects in the British Bulldog situation until an alibi spoke up and said that The Rock was innocent as they bared witness. And of course being both X-Pac and Shane McMahon. Wow, what a luck of the draw. The Rock is in for a tough challenge. The Great Khali accepting the open challenge tonight. As the Raw Roulette lands in his favor, there will be one more Raw Roulette tonight. Kevin Nash returns to action for the first time following the incident between him and Vader a few weeks back. He looks to take out his frustrations against a randomly selected superstar, and I tell you, I don't care what superstar it lands on. I don't think you want to be that superstar. Kevin Nash is going to unload a lot of frustration 6 days before he meets Vader one-on-one. A man who broke his heart, turned his back on him, really shook the foundation of the tag division on Raw. I thought for sure, you know, the Power Trip they would do another tag title run in the near future. Vader obviously saying he'd had enough of Kevin Nash. He'd had enough of being called dead weight, being known as the weak link. Well, the Great Khali, a former hardcore champion. Definitely going to be a very, very tough challenge for The Rock. This should be a very interesting matchup. Main event tonight, as announced by Mr. McMahon, will be the British Bulldog returning to the ring to face off against The Miz. Justice as it should be. interestingly enough, we've had a very vocal superstar in the back actually come to the aid of The Miz. One superstar by the name of R-Truth, who believes that this is all just one big conspiracy, and The Miz is innocent. He insists. He says he's got proof, he just can't find it. But R-Truth is insistent that The Miz is innocent and that he is being framed. Regardless, the Hart Foundation seems satisfied to finally have put it to rest, and of course British Bulldog returning to the ring here tonight. What more could those guys really ask for? Fans really chanting in support of Khali, and I know that Khali and Jinder were not exactly the most popular guys upon first arriving here on Raw. I think that really says a lot about these fans' stance on The Rock. Not exactly the most beloved guy on the Raw roster. Will The Rock lose the Intercontinental Championship tonight? He is currently not scheduled for SummerSlam this Sunday. Could be prime cash-in opportunity. Very looking forward to the WWE Championship match this Sunday. Randy Orton and The Miz. Believe it or not, a first-time collision. These two have never crossed paths before. They've always been on separate brands. And with The Miz being the longest reigning, most successful defending WWE Champion in history, and Randy Orton being one of the most dominant world champions in history, period, this should be a very, very can't-miss main event for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. Caught him on the rope there. The Rock up on the top rope. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. That backbreaker there by the great Khali. Rock is doing everything he can to try and wear Khali out. Khali, this guy, oh my god. This guy is, he's built very differently to a lot of superstars on Raw or SmackDown or ECW for that matter. There is really no one else like the great Khali. Rock got him on the mat there, and looked like he didn't hesitate to go for something. Oh wow. Poke to the eye by The Rock. That should not be legal. The referee should be stepping in and doing something about that. Side suplex by The Rock takes down the great Khali. Randy Orton, of course, for those wondering, has been given the night off in preparation for SummerSlam this Sunday. He has been told to stay at home for his own safety, as it is unpredictable what The Miz will try to do next to take Randy Orton out of the picture and secure that WWE Championship for himself. Oh wow, choking him out on that bottom rope. Here's the cover by The Rock. Nope. Rock has got to be wondering what the hell it is he's going to have to do to get through this match with the great Khali. Technically sound? No. You know, you're not exactly going to get a 5-star classic out of the great Khali anytime soon, but this guy is a monster, and I think it's only really a matter of time until he gets a championship round his waist, or I guess over his shoulder. I can't really see Khali wearing a championship. He didn't wear the hardcore title. Rock up to his feet, and oh my god, what a spine buster by The Rock. And now Rock calling for it. The people's elbow. Calls it that despite the fact that the people don't particularly care for The Rock. And there's the elbow. Rock claims those that get it, and those that don't can kiss his ass. Here's the cover. Is this going to be enough? No. Khali up on the top rope. This could be disastrous for Khali. Arm drag by The Rock into the cover. Dead center of the ring, and Khali still kicking out. You notice Khali is definitely slowing down a bit here now. The Rock seems to be kind of playing an endurance game against him a little bit. Stretching him out, but a reversal there by the great Khali. Oh, that was almost a rock bottom right there.
was nearly it for the
Got a
Great
2
Khali.
count, not enough.
Big slap to the chest.
It was not actually the rock bottom.
These superstars looking for
Don't ask what the
victory,
difference is, but it
looking to
wasn't.
build momentum. Oh my gosh! He's left the ring.
Going outside the ring, and Intercontinental Champion grabbing a steel chair. I think he's realized that perhaps he doesn't stand the greatest of chances. The Great Khali. Oh, wow. Vicious neck breaker.
Oh, the giant felt that one. After all of these shots to
Brie
the head, I've got a feeling that Soup's
trying
gonna be on
to
his
get
diet
the
for
steel chair out of the ring.
that. Going to
The
work on
Rock,
turnbuckle.
whilst the referee wasn't quite aware, removing the turnbuckle padding there.
It's a big fight feel here in this arena.
Buckle is now exposed, and that could be the upper hand that the Intercontinental Champion needs. Look at the durability of the Great Khali. Okay, wow, okay, that actually, I think, went well. The Great Khali seems to have caught himself over the ropes and out of the ring.
Turnbuckle looming in the corner. The tension, the drama.
This is electric.
Oh, Khali is busted open.
Is The Rock gonna try and settle for a count-out victory. I think he's just realizing that the Great Khali runs on a very different energy to most humans.
Oh, big elbow. That should do it.
Rock now sending him into that turnbuckle, and face first goes the Great Khali. Here's the cover from the Rock. Khali still kicking out. Has the damage been done? That is the question.
What do I have to do to put this match to rest? And I don't know. I don't know as a WWE
Great Khali and the Rock and a tie up there, and of course naturally the Great Khali would get the upper hand. Big suplex.
You hear how his leg connected? Blocked.
Rock, oh,
Kisser. Oh, the Great Khali looks
oh,
like he
the
felt
Great
that.
Khali of all people to just bring it. That is a gutsy move from the Intercontinental Champion. Mind you, he is definitely starting to really wear down the Great Khali, and now in comes the sharpshooter on those massive legs. I feel like he's going to get a whole lot of leverage. Rock really struggling to get that in. The Great Khali reaches the ropes, and the Rock, hold on a minute, here we go. Rock bottom. Rock bottom by the Intercontinental Champion on the Great Khali. And the Rock retains the Intercontinental title in a hard-fought battle. Well, he definitely cheated on more than one occasion. But the Rock is still your Intercontinental Champion. And the boos are pouring in.
There should be no doubt in anyone's
What a
mind
little
that
mixture of
this
cheers.
is true.
People have always had the kind of mixed feelings on the Rock, if you ask me. There you go. It's a weird mixture of boos and cheers. And a lot of people don't really know how to feel about The Rock. He's a great athlete, but his behavior is atrocious. As we move on, I believe British Bulldog and Bret Hart got something to say to Vince backstage. You wanted to see us, boss? You saw what happened at the start of tonight's show, so please, tell me he's going to get a little more punishment than just losing a few measly dollars. Bret, I hear you entirely. You've been investigating this situation for months. Why, if it wasn't for The Miz, it could be British Bulldog with the Money in the Bank briefcase right now. Unfortunately, as you saw, The Rock has already competed tonight, so it wouldn't be fair to force him to defend that briefcase against you right now. But I know something you'd be very interested in. And I know exactly what you mean, boss. Tonight, how's about me, Bret, and Brian get Miz nice and ready for his title match with Randy this Sunday? Better yet, why doesn't the winner, or shall I say, the man who pins him, get to take his spot this Sunday? Mr. Bulldog, I respect a creative mind. Unfortunately, I still plan to go through with The Miz versus Randy Orton this Sunday. It's a huge matchup, the longest reigning WWE champion of all time challenging the current champion in a first time ever collision. But, once the dust settles, if we have a new champion in The Miz, How's about I give you a one-on-one shot the next night on Raw? You got it, boss. Tonight, we'll make sure that justice is served. He's gonna wish we just hit him with a car. That's what I like to hear, boys. Knock him dead. You got this.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Scottsdale, Arizona, Brie.
Well, Brie Bella set for competition with Tiny Shiny, the former women's champion, will get her rematch at SummerSlam alongside Layla in a triple threat match for Natalia's women's championship. Can Natalia's second reign come to a very quick end? That is what we find out this Sunday. But here tonight, Tiny Shiny with a warm-up as she goes up against Brie Bella one-on-one.
And approaching the ring, representing the Disciples of Darkness from the United Kingdom, Tiny Storm.
This should be a great matchup here tonight. A nice warm-up for Tiny Shiny before this Sunday. She could suffer an upset loss, you never know. Two-time women's champion Tiny Shiny, I think she's done well for herself. I really just don't have a whole lot to say whilst the entrances are happening sometimes.
Here we go. The first competitor to pin or make their opponent tap will win this match. That suplex was picture perfect.
Tiny Shiny, as I say, she's been on a roll. I'm a little bit nervous right now because I'm letting the AI control the match.
Solid counter there from Brie.
I realize the mistake I'm making, don't worry. It's just I stand by my rule, which is do not play Tiny Shiny or the Disciples matches.
A good reversal by Silva. Oh, big elbow. That should do
Can't bring myself to do it, and I won't.
Controlling the waist.
Folded up like an accordion.
Did you hear the impact on that kick? And Brie comes up with a vicious counter. And that series ends in deadlock. Neither one of these superstars can afford to give their opponent the upper hand. Beautiful counter from Brie. Cross body again. Silva squeezing down on the head. Oh! Mr. Target there.
Oh! Sometimes I like to just be quiet and hear what they have to say.
Folded up, end over end. Ouch. Oh, what a painful kick.
Oh!
Hey, Michael, does that remind you of your last date?
Ugh.
Face first. That's just nasty. Silva goes behind. Nicely avoided there. Wow, what a sequence.
Still to come following this, Kevin Nash returns to the ring as he goes one-on-one with a mystery opponent. As confirmed just moments ago when Bret Hart and British Bulldog spoke to Mr. McMahon, there will be a handicap match as it has been changed. The Miz will be facing off against the entire Hart Foundation 3-on-1 tonight. Really putting that man through the ringer. And R-Truth backstage, he is apparently livid. Says he wants to go down there and help the Miz tonight. He insists. I don't know what this is all about. I know that R-Truth has been a little bit not with it for a while now, ever since Mark Henry beat the hell out of him, as a matter of fact. Even his own partner Booker T wondering why it is that R-Truth insists on backing the Miz. Back to the way of life. Oh, crossbody attempt there, but not quite. Oh, whoops, I didn't turn off ring outs. Oh no, why did I realize that now? Now isn't good enough. I mean, this could just be the end. I've seen these women's matches end with random submissions before. This could be enough. No? Okay. Yeah, I mean, she is getting pretty beaten down. Oh.
She tosses her opponent over the top rope. Out of the ring. Now what's going to happen? And it looks like we could be heading back into the ring.
Okay, we're going back into the ring. Yeah, it's definitely going to stay in there, right? It's definitely going to
Squeezing down on the head.
This Tuesday on ECW, tune in as Mark Henry faces his challenge just before SummerSlam. We recently saw Stone Cold Steve Austin defeat Kenton Shamrock in a very shitty match. And we saw Eddie Guerrero suffer a loss to Dolph Ziggler in a fantastic match. Also, we're going to be seeing tomorrow night on ECW, Ken Shamrock gets his rematch for the television championship as he goes one-on-one with The Big Show. We'll also be seeing a unique fatal four-way matchup as Epico faces off against Hawk, facing off against Daniel Bryan, facing off against DDP, and a four-way match representing the tag division of ECW. We'll also be seeing Law and Order in tag team action for the first time. David Otunga and Tensai up against Santino Marella and Sin Cara. David Otunga really got something to prove against his former allies and a score to settle tomorrow night on ECW. Also kicking off the show, Antonio Cesaro returns to the ring once again as he faces off against Gangrel to kick off tomorrow night's ECW. Then, tune in to this Friday's SmackDown, as we will be seeing a main event clash. Brock Lesnar up against the New Age Outlaws in handicap action. Can he beat badass Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg Jesse James in a 2-on-1 matchup in our main event? That is to be determined. Also, AJ Lee up against Lita, a one-on-one battle we have been waiting to see. Also, Edge will face Sheamus. The question still stands with SummerSlam at that point just 2 days away. Will the Celtic Cross reunite and face off against Edge and Christian in a battle to prove who truly was the greatest tag team champions of this so far generation? Also, 2 championship matches take place. Kicking off SmackDown this Friday, Rey Mysterio defends the United States Championship against the Big Boss Man. We saw Boss Man absolutely tear into Rey Mysterio, really put him in his place. Could Rey Mysterio's major upset, defeating Drew McIntyre 301 days into his US Championship reign, could it have all been a fluke? Will Rey Mysterio lose the United States Championship to the Big Boss Man? This is a mystery that I think many people want to know the answer to. Also, for the European Championship, Damian Sandow will defend once again against CM Punk. However, to ensure that this match definitely has a finish, this time it will be a Falls Count Anywhere match, meaning there will be no countouts involved. In the conclusion of this matchup, a winner must be determined for the European Championship. All this coming your way this Friday and Tuesday. Also, coming up tonight here on Raw, Kevin Nash faces off against a Raw Roulette mystery opponent. Boy, I'd hate to be that guy, whoever they may be. Also tonight, we got the tag team action. The new light heavyweight champion, Justin Gabriel, seems to have won real big and it's got Heath Slater starting to question the Corre as a whole, following a shocking victory over Heath Slater's new friend X-Pac in an elimination 4-way match for the light heavyweight title. The Corre up against Shawn Michaels and X-Pac, that is going to be an interesting tag team match to say the least. And as previously mentioned, The Miz will face off against the Hart Foundation in a handicap match. All this coming your way tonight on Raw. Whilst these two actually wrestle in the ring, I will go back to calling this matchup. Tiny Shiny with a neck breaker. She's setting Brie Bella up for what I can only imagine to be a pin attempt, which only ended in a 1 count, because this is WWE 13. Brie Bella with a scoop slam. And talking about matches that are coming up in the future, SummerSlam is just round the corner. The Women's Championship on the line in a triple threat matchup. Natalya with her first defense as she faces off against Tiny Shiny and Layla. That is one triple threat match I think we're all looking forward to. We've also got Kevin Nash up against Vader. Anything goes. This match will go until one man comes out the winner. There is a lot of bad blood between these former tag team partners after the way Vader threw their tag team away, smashing Kevin Nash through the announce table. What a moment that was. Truly shocking, to say the least. Then, we've also got coming up from Raw at SummerSlam, the WWE Championship main event. Randy Orton set to defend the title against The Miz for the first time ever. Was that really her finisher? That was terrible. Yeah, damn right that didn't even get a 1 count. Anyway, they're fighting in the ring, and I'll talk about this match for now.
Silva controlling the waist.
Side suplex takes down Brie Bella. Is Tiny Shiny finally going to wrap up this match that was supposed to just be a quick, simple matchup? No, she's not. Brie Bella has been selling an injury for the last, 7 minutes of this 10-minute matchup. It's just the moment Tiny Shiny could have finished it, she decided to fuck around outside the ring. Because the AI is just so bad. Truly the worst. And anyway, talking about SummerSlam, the WWE Championship on the line. Randy Orton set to defend against The Miz, a man who has been declared guilty of what has happened to the British Bulldog. We've been told that there will be repercussions for The Miz, but he could win his way to freedom if he defeats Randy Orton for the WWE title at SummerSlam. He will just simply have to defend against the British Bulldog next week on Raw. It's going to be very interesting to see what the future holds for the WWE Championship in this huge collision. The Miz, of course, I think in a lot of people's eyes, someone who is bound to one day be at least a 2-time WWE Champion. Something I am very much looking forward to in the future, as these two have finally brought it back into the ring. There's that shitty finisher. If it wins the match, I don't even care at this point. I just want this to end. It is so painful. Of course it wouldn't end. So anyway, talking further about SummerSlam, from ECW you can look forward to 2 matches this year at SummerSlam. The ECW World Tag Team Championship on the line, as we are going to be seeing the collision of the Road Warriors and the team of Epico and Primo, a long-awaited rematch after Epico and Primo delivered the upset of the century, defeating the Road Warriors in their debut. What a victory for Tiny Shiny. I absolutely hate the AI in this game, to the point where I think I'm gonna have to start playing Tiny Shiny and the Disciples matches too, because I just can't tolerate all of this fucking around on the outside. I must waste multiple hours of my life accumulated watching them run around on the outside doing nothing.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, from Punjab, India, weighing 222 pounds, Jinder Mahal.
Well, it is an interesting time here on Raw for the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal, who both got the Raw Roulette results tonight. Great Khali got an Intercontinental Championship shot against The Rock, and Jinder Mahal now gets a chance to try and prove himself against this man. What an ovation! My God, what an ovation. That's not the attire I chose. That's not the attire I chose at all. Kevin Nash set to clash. Sorry, I made myself laugh with a bad rhyme. Kevin Nash set to go one-on-one with Big Van Vader this Sunday at SummerSlam. A match in which a winner must be decided, and you gotta think whoever wins that matchup, they are undoubtedly due a WWE Championship shot, maybe at Night of Champions. Should Randy Orton, of course, not lose the title. If Orton loses the title, one's gonna think that's a rematch right around the corner. Of course, Raw presenting Night of Champions 5 weeks from SummerSlam. Gotta look towards the future as much as we can. That is not the attire I chose. Is it going to change here? Nope, that is not the attire I chose. Kevin Nash. Whoa! Hold on a minute! Oh! Uh-oh. What is this? Jinder, no! Oh! Oh my God, Nash, come on, man! He's got a family! Oh! Kevin Nash, jackknife after jackknife. Oh. Man, I'm feeling for Jinder Mahal right now. 3 jackknives in a row. Come on, Nash. The fans are loving it. Oh. 4 jackknives and Kevin Nash going straight in for the cover. I'd be very shocked if Jinder Mahal kicked out of that. Well, that was a statement to make upon returning to the ring. Kevin, oh come on. Kevin Nash just beat the hell out of Jinder Mahal. Oof. Feel for Jinder right now on the floor there. Can't imagine how much 1 jackknife hurts from Kevin Nash, let alone 4. Well, Kevin Nash is showing us all that he is ready for Vader this Sunday, but Vader is very far from Jinder Mahal as we move towards our next matchup. Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel, the Corre, up against X-Pac and Shawn Michaels. We are back here on Monday Night Raw. Here comes Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel, the Corre, with some tag team action.
Tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, the Corre.
I gotta say, it was a bit of a tough one to watch last week as it came down to Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel for the light heavyweight championship held by Heath Slater's new partner, or friend I should say, X-Pac. And it was Justin Gabriel capturing his 2nd light heavyweight championship in a shotgun victory over Heath Slater to close that one out. I gotta say, not actually the way I thought that was gonna go, personally. But I'm not upset with it. Justin Gabriel, a very deserving champion. X-Pac out fast from his team, and of course, that man no longer light heavyweight champion. I think he did a great job as light heavyweight. Sorry, my voice is dying a little bit. Did a great job as light heavyweight champion. It's a shame to see it come to an end so soon. But I feel like that title is it's there to elevate some of the smaller superstars, and I think it really has helped increase X-Pac's stock. The man has definitely gained a lot of fans from his reign as light heavyweight champion. The protege of Shawn Michaels has done very well for himself. Speaking of Shawn Michaels, here comes the second ever WWE champion in history. I had a big fat yawn to go with it. Here he comes. I can't imagine how tensions would have been if Shawn Michaels had captured X-Pac's light heavyweight championship from him. I wonder if there would have been more pride or bruised ego if X-Pac had defeated Shawn Michaels to retain. Perhaps the best possible outcome for those two was for them to lose as they did. Main event following this is going to be an interesting one. The Miz returns to the ring for a 3-on-1 handicap match. I don't feel like this one's going to go down quite as smoothly as that one-on-one with Cody Rhodes last week. British Bulldog, Bret Hart, and Brian Pillman all in one matchup. Miz is definitely in for a beating, to say the least. Here we go, X-Pac and Justin Gabriel starting things off, and that couldn't have been a more brutal collision if they tried. Wait a second, Justin Gabriel tagging in his partner Heath Slater. That's a little low. Heath Slater having to go up against X-Pac right away. Feels like a little bit of a head game there by Justin Gabriel. You know, I feel like Shawn Michaels and Heath Slater very much fit the bill of jealous girlfriends, so to say, in the way they were handling this situation between Slater and X-Pac. I feel like these two really got on well. They kind of understood each other, and it's a shame to see them kept apart like this. And now up against each other. This is definitely an interesting situation on Raw that's developed amongst the light heavyweights and cruiserweights. Justin Gabriel, I mean, I know he's definitely going to be worn out, and they went almost an hour, that light heavyweight championship match. It was a very, very long match last week with a lot of very stupid moments.
So far, this has been a very competitive tag team match. Squeezing down on the head.
Strikes the elbow to the head of Heath Slater. This is not really looking like Slater's night right now.
Remember, momentum in the WWE can turn on a dime.
We welcome you back to Raw here. Heath Slater finally getting some offense in. We had to cut to commercial there. Heath Slater with that neck breaker as he finally makes the tag back into Justin Gabriel. And whoa, Slater! Whoa! Heath Slater just dropped Justin Gabriel and putting his friend X-Pac on his other friend Justin Gabriel. Heath Slater, what are you doing? And I guess X-Pac and Shawn Michaels win. What? I'm back here with Heath Slater following a shocking double cross on Justin Gabriel just moments ago. Heath, please explain your actions. What is there to explain, Justin? I've lived in Justin's shadow for one whole freaking year. Where has it got me? Nowhere. I took the fall when he got us into trouble with The Rock and cost us our tag team titles. I sat back and watched as he cheated his way to the top with that harlot, Brie Bella. I've never felt so overlooked, so wasted in all my life. The Heath Slater you knew is dead. And Justin Gabriel has used me for the final time. Justin, you got in between a friendship between me and someone who actually appreciated me and didn't just use me as a stepping stone. You used my friendship so that you could get that title you so proudly carry around back. Well, Justin, cling to it tight, because I spoke to Miss McMahon prior to tonight's match, and he knew what I was about to do, and that's why he told me that I'll get the pleasure of taking that damn thing, the only thing you ever cared about, away from you this Sunday at SummerSlam in a ladder match. Well, finally we are here for our main event tonight. Another match added to SummerSlam. What a shocking turn of events tonight on Raw. Miz has been petitioning online non-stop since the announcement earlier tonight. He is the victim of a conspiracy. He has been framed. He had nothing to do with what went down with the British Bulldog or Randy Orton. The man simply wanted a shot at the WWE Championship. He wanted justice. The Miz insists he has been getting screwed by Mr. McMahon, and it's time people opened their eyes to it. And if you don't believe the Miz, then take a look back at when the Miz was screwed out of the Intercontinental Championship by a sudden arrival from The Rock. The Miz claims that Mr. McMahon has been playing favorites all along, and he says you've got to keep a real close eye on The Rock. WWE logo. Didn't realize I hadn't set up a trio entrance. My mistake. I mean, it kind of works. It's just could have really fixed the Titantron, especially with the hand motions. That's very Bret Hart. Well, it's great to see the British Bulldog back here tonight. Brian Pillman, Bret Hart, British Bulldog, the Hart Foundation. I believe this is the first time the three have ever actually teamed up since forming here on Raw. There has been so much talk of what happened to the British Bulldog back at Money in the Bank last month. And you know, I don't want to go sounding like a conspiracy theorist, but there was something a little bit strange about how quickly it was decided that The Miz was guilty and the whole thing was dropped. I don't know what Mr. McMahon would gain out of screwing The Miz. The Miz is insisting that he is the victim of a conspiracy. I don't know what conversation went down between The Miz and Mr. McMahon backstage following this opening promo tonight on Raw. I have no idea what went down between those two. That would happen behind closed doors. We couldn't get any comment from The Miz following it, but needless to say, there is something real fishy going on. Even maybe The Miz involved with it. I don't know. I think right now the #1 man who needs to watch his back is Randy Orton, because I feel like he's the next target in whatever the hell it is that's going on with this suspicious behavior here on Raw. Breaker by Brian Pillman, and it's respectable. The Hart Foundation had the choice of any kind of matchup they wanted against The Miz. They decided a traditional handicap matchup as opposed to a tornado handicap match. They really did have the opportunity to just tear The Miz apart, and they've decided to kind of more methodically do so with this 3-on-1 handicap match. Nothing but hatred running through the veins of British Bulldog and Bret Hart at the sight of The Miz, one would have to assume. After what The Miz did, or was claimed to have done. Miz himself completely and utterly denies it.
And there's an elbow drop. That elbow did some damage. Blocked.
Right hands to the back of The Miz. Brian Pillman laying in The Miz to start things off in this handicap matchup. It's got to think for The Miz, is it even worth competing in this match right now? You've got Randy Orton one-on-one for the first time ever, 6 days from now at SummerSlam. The Miz has no idea how to prepare for Randy Orton. He's felt the wrath of an RKO last week on Raw. We're told Orton was kept away from the building tonight for the safety of both The Miz and Randy Orton. To protect SummerSlam's main event, Mr. McMahon says he sees a lot of money in the matchup between those two. It is a dream match, and he will not lose it by any means necessary. It's fundamental to SummerSlam as far as Mr. McMahon is concerned.
Look at this submission here. That's certainly causing so much pain. Watch it. And he powers out.
I seem to be welcoming the idea of Pillman tagging out, but Pillman not taking the bait.
And he gets out of the way. Oh, clothesline.
Into the corner, and obviously the Miz's best strategy in this is going to be to isolate. Of course, naturally the fans not in support of the Miz tonight. You can't really blame them, not only for the Miz's track record and history, but for what he has most recently been accused of. Right, British Bulldog, Bret Hart, some real fan favorites. I think Brian Pillman climbing the ranks. And this is the moment that British Bulldog has been waiting for, finally getting his hands on the culprit. Sure, he is going to enjoy every second of this. Choking out the Miz. He's crawling to those ropes, and of course, I've got to wonder if Bulldog's even going to break the hold. Okay, respecting the rules. Bulldog showing some restraint there. That must be difficult. But I know that the Hart Foundation, they respect their craft, and that was a little uncalled for from the Miz there.
Into the headlock. Straight right hand. What a backdrop.
He's celebrating his work there as British Bulldog, obviously not feeling 100%. He gets out of the ring, and in comes Bret Hart, the leader of the Hart Foundation. Funnily enough. Here's the cut. Well,
Gets the shoulder up. Oh, I was so close to being really happy right there.
ugh. Oh, come on, man. Into the corner of the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart. What is he doing here?
And he tags out.
Tags in Brian Pillman. This is where Miz is at a huge disadvantage. The whole Hart Foundation, they can do whatever the hell they want to him right now, and there ain't a thing he can do to help himself. He is 3-on-1. I mean, admittedly, he's got the advantage when Pillman's in the ring. That is someone he has dealt with quite a bit. The way he uses that move there, driving the face into the mat. Unfortunately, not enough to get the job done on Brian Pillman. I mean, I say unfortunately. You see, if the Miz truly is guilty, then very fortunately he didn't get the job done. Something just feels so strange about this. I just don't know how to feel. I find it interesting enough that Mr. McMahon so insistent this match between The Miz and Randy Orton is so money to him. He's still giving The Miz the WWE title shot despite what The Miz has been found guilty of. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
The tag is made.
Miz taking a moment in the corner there to welcome any and all comers, and British Bulldog has his finishing move, the running power slam. Crowd erupting at the sight of the British Bulldog finally hitting his big move again, and the Miz kicks out. Miz turning Bulldog. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Crowd clearly not fond of that. They went very quiet. Skull-crushing finale. Bulldog able to kick out. I gotta say, just because you hit your finisher move, that doesn't mean you're gonna get the job done. He has done very little damage to Bulldog. And in comes Bret Hart. Oh, drop kick across the chest of Bret Hart. Miz trying to use his speed to his advantage right now against these slower, more technical style wrestlers, well, barring Brian Pillman. Cover attempt there. Miz quick to kick out. Starting to really show signs of wear and tear as The Miz. The former Intercontinental Champion, former WWE Champion, 3-time Tag Team Champion. Not seriously going to lose to a stretchy man, is he? Okay, that's good. I do not like the breaking point submission system. It means you lose to some very stupid things. Oh, and an eye rake there by The Miz. That's definitely against the rule book. I want to say the law. It's definitely not against the law. I mean, I don't think it's very... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think it's very socially acceptable to be poking people in the eyes, but I don't think it's breaking any laws.
What a fierce kick. And the boot connects with the abdomen.
He's now taking Bret Hart and shoulder first right into the steel ring post. Bret Hart back to his feet, and he is really fighting with Hart right now. You know, Bulldog clearly not feeling 100%. It shows from the amount of time he has spent in that ring. I can't imagine what it's like to have to recover from being hit by a car. Kick to the midsection, and there's that kneeling DDT to Bret Hart. The Miz is just busted open. Miz now taking him over.
Hard kick to the ribs. Look at those eyes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this could be big.
Bret Hart could be suffering big here. Skull-crushing finale. What an upset this would be to defeat the Hart Foundation tonight. We've been told if Miz wins the WWE title this Sunday at SummerSlam, then a week from today we'll be seeing British Bulldog against the Miz for the WWE title as some fair payback. Shame he only gets that shot if the Miz wins, but I guess it makes sense. Randy Orton didn't do anything, as far as we know.
And that's a stiff kick. Miz.
I mean, he's not the most trustworthy guy, Orton. But
Miz has the headlock.
do somewhat believe that he is innocent.
Impact from that suplex.
Give any reason to believe otherwise. Come off the ropes, big kick to the chest to the Miz, and I think the Miz is I think he's had enough at this point.
His shoulders are down.
I guess not. Bulldog, look at the strength of the British Bulldog.
He's begging for it. The Bulldog is on.
Are we going to see that running power slam one more time?
Hey, he's going for it again.
Yes, we are. There it is. Drops the Miz with the running power slam. Miz dragged away from the ropes. Cover here by the Bulldog. And British Bulldog getting what I'd like to think is some retribution tonight against the Miz. That is going to taste oh so sweet. No. Miz trying to show some respect here. Bulldog looking very confused. I don't really know what to make of this. Miz looks like he's trying to suck up a little bit. Take that one with a pinch of salt. Well, anyway, that's the end of this week's episode of Raw. I'll see you guys tomorrow night on ECW. As for Raw, I'll see you guys in 6 days' time at SummerSlam.